Looking for easy and budget-friendly crockpot meals? You've come to the right place. We understand that in this fast-paced world, preparing a meal from scratch can seem like an impossible task. But what if we told that there's a way to enjoy scrumptiously delicious meals without having to dedicate hours in the kitchen? Yes, folks, we're about the magical world of crockpot cooking. Crockpots, or slow cookers as they are often called, are a busy person's dream come true. Not only do they make meal preparation a breeze, but they are also incredibly budget-friendly. Buying tons of ingredients and spending hours in the kitchen is no longer a necessity. Thanks to these mighty appliances, you can prepare a diverse range of dishes with just a handful of ingredients. Now, if you're wondering about the type of dishes you can prepare, let us assure you the possibilities are endless. From classic foods like stews and casseroles to more exotic dishes like curries and paellas, crockpots can do it all. And the best part? You don't have to be a culinary genius to cook in a crockpot. You just need to know the right recipes. Which us to our topic of the day, 10 delicious and wallet-friendly crockpot recipes. These recipes are not just mouth-wateringly yummy, but also extremely simple to make. Regardless of whether you're a busy parent, a working professional, or a college student, these recipes are designed to fit into your schedule without causing any inconvenience. They are proof that anyone, regardless of their schedule, can whip up a hearty meal without breaking a sweat or the bank. So, are you ready to explore this wonderful world of crockpot cooking? Ready to get started? Here we go. First up, we have a hearty chicken taco soup, a crowd pleaser. This soup is a remarkable melody of delightful flavors and textures, all bundled up in one comfort food that's sure to get you hooked. To begin your culinary journey, gather some essential ingredients. These include tender chicken breasts, nutrient-rich canned black beans, crunchy corn, and juicy diced tomatoes. Additionally, you'll need a packet of flavorful taco and some high-quality chicken broth that will infuse your soup with an irresistible aroma. Initiate this cooking adventure by laying your chicken at the very bottom of your trusty crockpot. This will ensure that all the flavors permeate the chicken properly. Subsequently, pour in your beans, corn, and tomatoes, and let their juices meld together to create a body of flavor. On top of these, sprinkle the taco seasoning liberally, allowing it to coat everything and gift it with a spicy profile. Follow this with the chicken broth, which will bring all the flavors together and give the soup its base. Now is the time to be patient. Cover your crockpot and allow all the ingredients to cook on a low setting for a good 6 to 8 hours. If you're short on time, cook on high for 3 to 4 hours. Once the time is up, take out the chicken, shred it meticulously, and then reintroduce it to the soup, letting it soak up all the flavors. And voila! You now have a delightful, heartwarming soup that's perfect for a chilly day. Serve this gourmet goodness with some shredded cheese for a creamy texture, a dollop of sour cream for a tangy twist, and a sprinkle of fresh cilantro for a zesty finish. There you have it, a delicious chicken taco soup that won't break the bank. Next, we're cooking up a classic, a rich and flavorful beef stew. Today, we're focusing on a recipe that's not only delicious but also budget-friendly. Armed with simple ingredients like stewing beef, robust carrots, creamy potatoes, pungent onions, aromatic garlic, and a blend of herbs and spices like fragrant rosemary and earthy thyme, you'll create a masterpiece right in your kitchen. Now let's delve into the cooking process. Begin by seasoning your beef. Be generous with the salt and pepper to bring out its natural flavors. Once that's done, it's time to bring out your trusty crock pot. Add the beef into the pot, followed by the vegetables which have been chopped into hearty pieces. Then sprinkle the herbs over the ingredients, ensuring an even distribution. Now it's time to introduce the beef broth to the pot. Pour in enough to submerge the ingredients. This will become the base of your stew, so give it a good stir to mix everything. After that, set your crock pot on the low setting. Now comes the hardest part, waiting. Let the crock pot work its magic for approximately 8 hours. Indeed, patience is vital in this process, but the end result will make the wait worthwhile. After the slow cooking, the stew becomes undeniably tender and bursting with rich, hearty flavors. Serving time is no less important than cooking. When it's ready, don't forget to accompany it with a side of crusty perfect for mopping up that delectable broth. And voila, there's your beef stew, comfort food at its finest and most affordable. Now let's cater to our vegetarian friends with a spicy veggie chili. To start this culinary adventure, gather your essential ingredients, which include 2 vibrant bell peppers that add a pop of color and pack a punch of flavor, a large onion that serves as the perfect base for any hearty dish, and 4 cloves of garlic, finely chopped to bring out their distinct aroma and taste. Also, make sure to have 2 cans of kidney beans, known for their high protein content, 2 cans of diced tomatoes that bring a robust flavor, and a cup of frozen corn that adds a contrast to the savory elements. Your seasoning is next, and it's the heart of this dish. Make a blend of 2 tablespoons of chili powder for a kick, 1 tablespoon of cumin for a smoky undertone, and a teaspoon each of oregano and salt to balance the flavors. Don't fret if the measurements seem overwhelming, you can always fine-tune later to suit your palate. Begin your cooking process by sautéing the vegetables in your crock pot, letting them soften and release their natural juices. This step is paramount in building layers of flavor. Then, incorporate the beans, tomatoes, corn, and that magnificent seasoning you've prepared. Seal your crock pot and allow your chili to slow cook on a low setting for about 6 to 8 hours. This slow process will ensure all the flavors meld together wonderfully. When it's time to serve, ladle generous portions of the chili into bowls. Add a topping of some shredded cheese that melts beautifully into the hot chili, and a dollop of sour cream for a cool, creamy contrast. If you wish to elevate your dish further, sprinkle some freshly chopped cilantro for an extra burst of freshness. And that's your veggie chili, proof that budget meals can be both healthy and delicious. Moving on, we have 2 more scrumptious recipes, pulled pork and pasta fagioli. Firstly, let's dive into the creation of mouth-watering pulled pork. This sumptuous recipe requires a few essential ingredients: a tender, boneless pork shoulder, tangy barbecue sauce, tart apple cider vinegar, flavorful chicken broth, rich brown sugar, and a variety of spices to add depth to the taste. The first step is to combine your barbecue sauce, vinegar, and an array of spices to create a unique, flavorful mixture. After that, pour the chicken broth into your crock pot, which will add a savory base to your dish. Follow this by gently placing the pork shoulder into the crock pot, immersing it in the broth. Next, carefully coat the pork with the sauce mixture you've created earlier. Once the pork is fully covered in the sauce, set your crock pot to a low heat setting and let it cook for about 8 to 10 hours. This slow cooking time allows the pork to absorb the flavors, making it tender and juicy. When the cooking time is up, take 2 forks, shred the pork. The pork should shred easily, absorbing even more of the flavor from the sauce. Mix the shredded pork back into the remaining sauce in the crock pot. There you have it, a rich, savory pulled pork that pairs perfectly with some fresh coleslaw and warm, crusty bread rolls. Switching gears, we now move on to our next recipe, pasta fagioli. This is an Italian classic, wholesome pasta and bean soup, perfect for those cold, cozy evenings. The ingredients for this recipe include ground beef, canned tomatoes, carrots, celery, onions, garlic, chicken broth, canned beans, and small pasta. Start by browning your ground beef in a pan until it's cooked through. Drain the excess fat and add the cooked beef to your crock pot. Next, add your chopped vegetables, canned tomatoes, and minced garlic into the crock pot. Pour in your chicken broth for flavor and to add the necessary liquid for the soup. Then, add your canned beans to the pot. Once all the ingredients are in the pot, set the crock pot on low and let it cook for 7 to 8 hours. Approximately 30 minutes prior to serving, cook your pasta separately until it's slightly underdone. Add the pasta to the crock pot to finish cooking. Season the soup to taste and serve it with a generous sprinkle of Parmesan cheese and some crusty bread. These recipes are not only affordable but also require minimal hands-on time, making them ideal for those juggling busy schedules. Furthermore, they're versatile enough to be customized to suit your family's taste buds. There you have it, pulled pork and pasta fagioli. 2 more ways to feed your family on a budget. So there you have it, 5 easy, budget-friendly meals. Let's go over them again. First, the chicken taco soup, a simple dish but full of delightful flavors. Next, the beef stew, a robust dish with tender beef and savory broth. Then, the veggie chili filled with beans and vegetables. It's a nutritious, wallet-friendly meal. Following that, the pulled pork, a versatile dish perfect for sandwiches, wraps, or even atop a baked potato. Lastly, the pasta fagioli, an Italian classic. Pasta and beans in a tomato soup, ideal for a cold day. Each of these meals shows that delicious homemade food have to be expensive. They're all easy to prepare, even for novice cooks. The best part, they're all made in a crock pot. You can set it up in the morning and return to a hot meal after a long day. Why not give these recipes a try? Discover the realm of budget crock pot meals. It's easy and affordable to feed yourself and your loved ones. Remember, delicious meals don't have to be expensive or complicated. Happy cooking!